I have here in the studio with me Mboho Eno. He is Deputy Director for the Media in National Elections Project of the Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development. And he is going to bring us up to speed on what has been happening with his group of observers spread across the country. And also, of course, incoming results from polling units and what it could translate to at the end of the day. Good evening, Mboho.
Good evening, Chamaka, and thank you for having me.
I'm trying to find out from the looks on our faces who is more tired than the other. But I'm going to just give you the trophy because
Yeah, it's quite been a stressful day, and I just got update from one of my observers in Edo's, I think, South Senatorial District, who just narrowly escaped being shot. So it's really been a stressful day, but we are grateful that it's going smoothly so far.
smoothly when you had your observer almost shot. How
Yeah,
smooth can that be?
I mean, we've not had any incidents of having to be under pressure to look for anyone. Yeah, sometimes these things happen. It's the Nigerian elections, but yeah, we are grateful he's alive.
I hope he's safe now.
He's safe. He's safe. Yeah, just
Interesting.
minor injuries, and he's safe.
Great. And you have about 60 observers spread across the
Across
country.
across 32 country, 32 states of
That's
the
the state.
country. Yeah.
Interesting. So we're seeing elections results from polling unit trickling in,
Yeah.
and we're seeing what I like to describe as a new pattern. Of course, it's too early to call the shots, but what are you seeing?
As you said, it's very early to tell what will happen, but a few results. I mean, you don't also expect that all the parties. I mean, certain parties will win across all the nation. Political different parties are winning in different polling units, different states. But maybe we should be looking at some very prominent uh, people's polling units.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we know who General Obasanjo is supporting in the election, and having to see that another party whom he is not supporting is winning his polling unit. I think that's surprising, but then it's also an election for Nigerians. It's not an election for individuals. So it means that the citizens in within his polling unit area have decided, and that's what it is.
I love that you made the point that this is an election for Nigerians and not for an individual. So Nigerians who do the decisions or
Definitely.
make the decisions. INEC said it was prepared
Yes.
to hold its elections. From beavers being snatched to ballot papers being absent to elections or INEC officials arriving late
Yeah,
to people still being on queues as we speak now.
that's true.
What could INEC have done better?
So yes, apart from say ballot, I mean beavers being snatched, I mean there's really nothing they could have done about that. That's out of your control. But talking about its logistics preparedness, I think it's below par. We would have, with the signing of the new electoral law, we would have expected a much more smoother, almost seamless logistics arrangement. But with all the hopes all the hopes that Nigerians had on INEC this time, I think it's obvious that INEC still needs to do a lot more in terms of logistics and its arrangement. What could INEC have done better? I think communication with and to citizens would have been a lot better. Um, Even as it stands now, or even when all the, I mean, updates were coming in that INEC officials are yet to arrive here, there, it was almost becoming a national embarrassment. INEC still kept quiet for such a long time. It does not show proactiveness in terms of communication by the Communication and Voter Education Department of INEC. I think that's one bit they should do better. Maybe the other thing they could have done better, we don't know what all the back room politics that would have gone in or would have been to uh, show some level of preparedness in terms of distribution of non-sensitive materials down to, if possible, the ward area. I mean, ward
Level.
level, so that it reduces the pressure. Yeah, and we could argue that sensitive materials should not leave early, but then it would have been helpful if INEC had commenced the distribution of sensitive materials to ward areas, maybe like 24 hours earlier. I was talking with the SPO of my own polling unit and why they had to come late, because they also arrived late for my polling unit. And it was like,
When
oh,
you say late, what time?
as at 9 when I left my polling unit in the morning, they had not started. And so I had to return to my polling unit about 1. And he said, "Oh, they came about 9." I said, "No. When I left here by 9, you guys were not here." I said, "Oh, yeah, they came a bit late because they were still distributing sensitive materials by 2 a.m." So he said at the local government headquarters. So that tells you that some of these things probably were not completed until almost about the time elections were supposed to start. So maybe better arrangement in terms of distribution of sensitive materials needs to be prioritized, and having a better transportation, because that could have also been an issue. In fact, till yesterday, we were not sure who was going to distribute transport election materials in Lagos. The court orders came in very late yesterday and all of that. And so these are all the challenges that was experienced during the distribution. So I think all in all, INEC needs to improve communication, and communication.
Interesting. So earlier on, I gave a wrong, or I attributed a figure to a wrong state. INEC has cancelled or suspended, postponed voting in 144 polling units in Bayelsa.
Yeah.
I gave it as Imo State
Imo
earlier,
State,
but it's Bayelsa. And then a few in Imo as well. I don't know if Benin is going to be added to the mix soon.
I think the southern part of Nigeria, I think they've been worst hit in terms of late arrival. I also know that some places, some local governments in Anambra did not start until about after midday. And so let's just wait and see what INEC comes up with by, say, tomorrow.
So we're fingers crossed and waiting to get more feedback from you on your observer group on
Sure.
what's going on across the country. At least you're in test to stay, so there's enough eyes to go around.
That's true. That's true.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mboho Eno.
Thank
We
you
have
for
been
having
speaking
me.
to Mboho Eno, and he is a deputy director at the Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development. And he has spoken to us about the challenges they've had to face. One of the observers escaped a bullet in Benin, and here we are, trying to go on with our lives, and people who are serving the cause and promoting and protecting our democracy are on the field and having challenges. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation with people online who are sharing their experiences from various parts of the world. Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly.